Good afternoon. My name is Jake. I'm here today to speak for a short time about Tony, a man full of life, despite suffering severe and debilitating health circumstances. I'll keep my remarks brief but sincere. There wasn't a rail fan in Pennsylvania who grew up without hearing the name Tony Kimmel. Whether you knew him personally or not, you had heard of him. Tony was one of those class act people, largely due to his personality, dedication, and passion for railroads. Unfortunately, all of this was largely overshadowed by Tony's own handicaps. From the time he was born until the minute he died, Tony suffered a slew of health issues that would have rendered most people to a heap of hopelessness and despair. Complications ranging from a muscle disease in his legs, which didn't allow him to bend his knees, to ulcerative colitis, which nearly destroyed his liver, to a gallbladder and rectal surgeries, to a broken leg. Tony knew what pain felt like. During the last months of his life, Tony's liver condition deteriorated rapidly, and after unsuccessfully locating a donor, he passed away peacefully. Tony's nickname, which for the record I had just found out about a few weeks ago, was Superman. This nickname came around simply because Tony was such a wonderful, down-to-earth, and caring person in spite of his extremely challenging life. He chose to do something with himself, rather than letting his condition be an excuse. That was never an option, not by a long shot. He fought valiantly, even when at times he was too sick to even do anything. Tony was a true inspiration to everyone whose life he touched, including mine. I only ever spent one time with Tony, and it's a day I'll never forget. July 24th, 2013. I had the day off from work at the dining hall in college and decided to take a trip to western Pennsylvania along the Norfolk-Southern Pittsburgh line, hoping to see some trains. Two friends of mine from Virginia, Jim and Carson, were visiting the area as well. So I made plans to meet up with them once I arrived. The weather was pretty good, and the 3-hour or so drive was pretty bearable. The morning started in the small town of Summer Hill. Trains were running plenty, and pretty quick. Jim and Carson arrived, and the trains continued to roll. A short time later, we decided to relocate ourselves to a little further west, near Johnstown, at a location called East Conemaugh. Once we arrived, who was there but none other than Tony, chilling in his black pickup truck. I don't really remember formally being introduced to Tony, but I do remember talking with him during our time there. Trains continued to pass, and then Tony offered to show us around Johnstown. Since this was my first time in the area, I of course wanted to explore, so I agreed. And so did Jim and Carson, and another group of Jim's friends, the Del Prados, who were from New Jersey. Forming a caravan, we set off to explore. I'll never forget this. It was driving through Johnstown. It was Tony up front, then Jim and Carson, and then me, and then the Del Prados behind me. Tony showed us all over Johnstown, all the good spots, including a nice spot behind the shopping center, where we managed to get two trains coming right at us at one point. That was one of the most memorable days of my time as a rail fan. And it's all thanks to Tony that it happened. I never got to see Tony after that day, which is disheartening. But at the same time, I'm so enthusiastically pleased that it happened. I'll always look back on it as a gift that I didn't necessarily deserve, but one that was given to me to cherish and remember. I implore all of you to pray for Tony's family during this extremely challenging time. I thank you for listening, and may God bless you and all of your families. Tony, you'll be missed. Godspeed to you, man. I'll see you someday.